all the stuff, and I'm not gonna bother with sending us to the starting soon screen. Are we live?
It looks like it.
Cool. Hi, chat.
Hey! Woo, hello!
How you
Oh.
doing?
That was an adventure. That
My-
was a...
Goodness.
My God.
You would not believe what we went through to get here.
Yeah, OBS crashed, and then I restarted, and things were okay, and then I blue screened, and then my computer wouldn't shut down to restart. Like it would do the Windows shutdown, and then the computer would just stay running. And after I solved that problem, then it wouldn't connect to the internet. It's been a thing. And then after I figured that shit out, Jess's computer blue screened. So it's been an ordeal.
Mhm.
We have had an evening.
Yeah. Hi, chat. I hope you're doing better than we are. Let's get some of these yayas out and slowly transition toward being ready to play a game by doing some intros. Summer, it's been a week since we last played together. What have you been up to? How have things been going? What have you been playing?
Ooh, I had a very, very full week, which I love. We started a new campaign Monday that Kiana and Jess are both in, Invisible Sun, My Neon Life Among the Casually Unreal. We did some town building, introduced our characters. It was buck wild. New favorite NPC, Mr. Badger, exists now.
He's amazing.
Interesting.
He's incredible.
Amazing.
So that was a real good time. Tuesday we had more Urban Shadows, which I love Urban Shadows because I just get to shoot everyone without cause. I can just do whatever I want, and I love it.
Wow. Such violence.
Yeah. Then I had some time off and gearing up for next week. I'm like slowly transitioning back into 6 days of games a week, which is good, but also stressful and requires a lot of work. So just kind of getting ready. I've been putting off announcing our new Thursday show because I knew that as soon as I announced it, my Thursdays were goodbye gone, even though I was really excited for it. So I announced that, and we're going to be playing Spindle Wheel with the creator of the game,
Yo.
which is dope as hell. And I had no idea when I picked it that they were the ones who actually made the game. And then I was like, wait, did you make this? And they were like, yes. And I was like, what the hell?
That's
It's like a tarot reading storytelling game.
Yeah.
Oh my God. I want to
It
play
is-
that.
It is so good. Well, we're still taking signups until Thursday. So
But it's Thursday.
I know, sorry.
I physically can't.
you can just
schedules,
be
you know.
in multiple games at once, right?
Mm-hmm.
You just load up the Zoom calls on 2 different monitors and then
And then just mute yourself.
practice your active listening skills.
Oh, sweet God. My mind is imploding just thinking about it.
I
No.
couldn't. But then today wrapped up a season of Project Kronos with Kiana here. Drained us heavily this morning, but it was really, really fucking good. So we're on a month break. If anybody wants to go back and catch up, you got 12 really juicy episodes before we
Nice.
launch into season 2. It was nothing but good times with my pals.
Shit, you're right. Adam and Kiana are in the wrong
no.
spots.
And now
Okay.
we're
Good
Now
looking
we're
at
back.
Twilight.
I'm not
Hello,
gonna bother going
I'm
into studio
Kiana.
mode. I'm just gonna y'all get
Just
to see
do it.
behind. Hey, look, the faces. They're on their own. They're in their own.
everyone
spot.
look behind
Crazy.
the curtain.
Yeah. Okay.
But yeah, it was a really, really good week.
Awesome.
Fresh to death.
Fixed.
Fantastic. Congrats.
And I uploaded a podcast today.
Yeah, I saw that.
I'm doing
super
it all.
excited. I haven't gotten a chance to listen to that too much. I listened to the first few minutes of episode 1, but then I had to work.
Ooh.
but I'm super excited for you. You're doing lots of
you.
awesome things. The sausage was just made, and now I know what it is. The sausage is it's just a series of tubes. Twilight's falling. It's just a series of tubes. Jess, how have you been? What have you been up to? You started a new game on Thursday.
Yeah. Oh God. What about this last week has been a fugue state of TTRPGs effectively, and my day job, which I barely remember anyway. Yeah, so Monday, of course, was Invisible Sun with Kiana and Summer. I'm excited to see what kind of weirdness we get up to there. Tuesday was our first actual session of Vampire the Masquerade Carnival of Blood, run by Lindy,
Yeah.
friend of the channel here. It was pretty delightful, even though I still have no fucking clue how to play that game.
Bite things and brood.
I can't bite things. My boy has baby teeth.
Oh,
Joys of being a thin blood.
awkwardly chew on things and brood. I don't know.
Nope. Just have to get a knife. You know,
Ugh.
cut your food with a knife. Anyway,
Gross.
blah blah
It's
blah.
basic manners, Dylan.
Yeah,
Using
exactly.
utensils.
Exactly. Team
Look,
chat, yes.
utensils aren't sexy, okay?
It was, that being said, it was a ton of fun. Thursday, yes, Thursday was the premiere of a Ryutama game I am running over on Scraticus's channel, and it is extremely anime samurai bullshit, and they are the wildest of people, but they had a ton of fun. Everyone was still super buzzed after we were done. It was pretty good.
Nice. That's always a
I
good
don't
feeling.
think I don't think I flubbed too many rules. I don't know.
No, you did really well. I
Yeah.
may have been sitting in chat. Everyone talking
you-
like rules reference.
Yeah, no, that
Page
was actually
number.
really helpful. That was actually really helpful because I was like, I'd glance over occasionally and see the thing I asked about. I was like, oh yes, that was it. Thank you.
Yeah, I mean, because I just have the physical book sitting next to me, so anytime you guys hit a point where like, wait, how does that rule work? If I didn't
Yeah.
know it off the top of my head, I was like, it takes me 2 seconds. At this point, I've gotten good enough at flipping through the book that like I know what part of the book the thing is, and I can flip to it.
Yeah,
like,
I
"Here."
mostly keep my reference handy, but that group is very high energy and requires me to not pause for even half a second to look up something.
Yeah,
So
although I
just
mean,
keep it rolling.
the alternative approach is to just like step back and take your time and let them get up to whatever hijinks they want to, and dig their hole as deep as they would like.
I give them all the most credit for being as anime as possible. They freaking blazed into town, demanded food, ate food really fast, and immediately got into trouble.
Nice.
So,
yeah.
you know, it's good.
Fantastic. Kiana, it's been a minute, as the kids say.
A hot second.
Yeah.
No, yeah. I've been doing a lot with the fall season starting up. And everything. I premiered a new show, which is basically 2 shows on 2 channels that share the
Oh,
same
boy.
universe and influence each other. 'Cause that's what I like to
Nice.
do. So Scottish Academy and Off the Table. So we had both of their premieres, which was super fun. Lady Blackbird bullshit. It's
Such
great.
a good game.
And with the Imperials, I totally hacked the game. I was like, well, you're not supposed to create characters, but fuck it. We're gonna create characters. We're gonna do all this stuff. So we have the Empire and the classic Outsider group. So it's super fun. It's just Lady Blackbird is a very low prep game, and I am trying to stick to that, which is
Yeah,
interesting.
I feel you on that one.
It's like low prep game, and yet I am trying to coordinate 2 different streams with 2 different sides of the story. Something doesn't quite.
Yeah.
How can I
you
make this
not
low
prep
prep
for,
game
like,
extreme prep?
Yeah. That's one of the things I like about this game is Dungeon World. I did all my prep like weeks ago, and now like my prep just happens during the session. You guys basically do my prep for me based on whatever stuff you get up to, which helps a lot. And conversely, Ryutama, surprisingly prep heavy, if you play it by the book with the scenario sheets and whatnot.
I abandoned that so fast.
I can understand doing that. I will probably move away from the scenario sheets eventually. But
I used the
there's something.
cultivation sheet. That was the only one that I ended up using.
I like the event sheets because they give me a good way to gauge like how much box text I suppose I should write, so that I can have a structure for how to pace out the episodes. But yeah, I can see not using those. I think if I were playing it not on the internet, if I were doing just a home game, I probably wouldn't use them. I'd just be like, whatever, y'all do whatever you want, and sometimes we'll just have an episode where nothing happens, or a session where nothing happens, and that's fine. But that's not how I do here.
Yeah, no, I used the cultivation sheet to map it out and structure it out.
Yeah.
But more granular than that, I was like, I don't need this shit. I write my own box text all the time anyway.
But yeah, I feel you on the let's play low prep games. Yeah, it's a good call.
Let's do low prep games and make it complicated.
Yeah, absolutely.
I strongly appreciate and value you hacking the hell out of Lady Blackbird. That's amazing.
Yeah. I've added new things into it, like new mechanics. We have now the crew key.
Though.
We have a crew key now, which can help to upgrade the crew and the ship. I'm like, I don't want to put that. And also because the Outsiders, off the table group, just kept using their hotness to do everything. And I'm like, you know what, fuck it, we're going to formalize this.
Key of hot.
So we have the
Key of hotness.
We have the crew key of hotness. Which is just anytime they use their attractiveness to do things.
We're all hot. Why wouldn't we use our attractiveness to do that?
Every single fucking character.
Sounds like summer.
Yeah.
Listen, I had control over myself. I did not have control over the rest of them.
It's your channel, Summer.
I mean,
that doesn't mean you have control, Dylan. You know this.
I do. This is. I understand that running a channel is actually your players are in charge. Like the two of you, Jess and Summer, are on here almost as often as I am. So it's basically your channel too.
You hear that, everybody? Listen up.
Listen.
I got some new rules
our
for
plan.
you.
Our plan to take over has nearly come to fruition.
Ready for the perfect segue. Speaking of evil laughter and the possession thereof, Adam, our resident possessor of an evil hammer.
Yeah, that's me, the guy with the evil hammer. I've been sick. That's like the exciting thing for me. Feeling better. I started talking. That's the problem. Otherwise, I wish I was doing more shows, but my schedule does not permit. But tabletop-wise, at my home game, my group has finished a very major arc, very long and hard fought. So it's nice that they finally reached that. Tried some new games recently. Played Catan for the first time. Got my ass beat.
Ooh, nice.
And then played Love Letters, but the Lovecraft edition of it, where Sanity that mix things up. It's good. It's really good. It also makes the game like twice as long.
I love Love Letters.
And we played the maximum number of rounds.
Ooh.
It went as far as it possibly could. And then I don't remember if I announced it last time, but I did release a new video on my channel, a little bit about player profiles and how those can sometimes smooth things out a little bit. I kind of experimented evilly on my own group, and it worked out pretty well. Maybe it'll work for other
Yes.
people.
For science.
Just put Adam Rowe into YouTube, I'll pop up. And that's about it for me.
Fantastic. Yeah, I started the Banner Saga recently.
Ooh.
That has been good times. I'm had some rough feelings about the game near the start. It isn't a smooth transition from like the tutorial to the actual story. There's a middle part there that's shockingly long. And I have some feelings about the design of the decisions. A lot of the decisions feel like they don't give you enough information to like make an informed player choice. And since there's no manual saving, you can't like save scum, right? And so and I'm okay with one or the other of those. Like I'm okay with I get plenty of telegraphing about what's going to happen with my decision, and so I can make the choice that I want and maybe get surprised by some details of it, but not being able to save whenever I want, or I can get fucked by decisions I didn't see coming and be able to save scum, but having both of those is upsetting for me.
I mean, real life is like that, though.
Yeah, but like I know you're just being
Games.
facetious, Jess.
I know. I 100%
Get
agree with
over
you.
it.
I'm
It's
just being
real
an asshole.
life.
Yeah. And it feels kind of weird to have a modern game where you can't save whenever you want.
Yeah, that was the part that I was not crazy about, because it
Um,
just doesn't feel like a good decision these days with the way people play.
Yeah. I'm curious about why they did that, because I'm sure that's an intentional decision.
I'd be
But-
curious to know, because there's like a mobile version of the game as well. I wonder if that is the case there, or if they permit saving whenever.
Right.
that
Well, because one would expect that would be worse for mobile, because most mobile games are like pick up, put down
Yeah, exactly.
on the fly. And so not being able to do that with a story-based game seems
It's like
Ooh.
impossible to play.
Yeah. But I don't know. The art is fantastic. I'm loving the writing. I've been having fun doing I'm stealing your shtick, Jess, and I'm doing all the voices because there's no VO. Except that like every character is a big gruff Norse warrior.
Janaya just confirmed that there is no
There's
elective
no-
save.
Weird.
That's
Easy.
shitty. No, my AC is not out. I just am warm in this room, so I'm using my beautiful fans.
But yeah, they're all like these. Yes, I am a giant, and thus I must have the deepest voice. And so doing that for 4 hours, like by the end, I'm like, my voice gets kind of scratchy, but it's not bad. I'm taking care of it. But like by the end, the timbre of my voice has noticeably dropped,
It'll do that.
and I'm like, oh, okay, and it just
yeah.
stays that way for like half a day.
Kind of remembering when I was playing Ys Origin and having to voice like a dozen male characters.
Uh huh.
Hakuoki's easy by comparison.
Yeah, because you just have the one voice for that. You have Chizuru's
Chizuru.
voice. Chorizo. But yeah.
Yeah, chorizo, as we affectionately call the heroine.
All right. I think we've burned enough airtime, and I have sufficiently recovered
De-stressed.
from my yeah. And we're into the hour, so let's play. We'll play for an hour, go to our usual break time, and then commence as normal from there. So, previously on From Dust, our heroes travel far and wide, heading from the it's actually I can pull up the map. I can show you stuff. Heading from the city of Sanctuary. Let me get that into frame. And then all the way up to the coast to Two Rivers. They got lost along the way, which introduced some complications, especially after their food spoiled. But and I think Vori got like hella sick, if I remember correctly.
Yeah, I got
not like
a real shitty cold.
yeah, not the dude sick kind of sick. But one night while they were camping, Arrow, who had discovered that the ring he obtained from Mab was eroding the enamel around the no stone in Rydia's pendant, Arrow accidentally wore away the last of the enamel and touched the no stone, and the entire party experienced a vision where they saw an Eldrin creating some kind of like lighting some kind of fire, and then when they were bottling the fire, it was like burning, but instead of like sending out embers and sparks, it was sending out flowers. And then the Eldrin spoke to another of its kind, saying something about this changing the course of their species, and that was all that they got from the no stone. The vision in the no stone, but they also obtained powers from the release of the magic, and that was great. They continued on to Two Rivers, settled in there, picked up some information about monsters being sighted near Elisurdran, which is the forest way over here. Unbeknownst to most of the world, there is a city also named Elisurdran within the forest of elves that is hidden there by magic. Arrow knows about it, and so Arrow was... Well, we haven't quite seen how Arrow feels about that news yet. The four of them headed out to the coast, out like to the cliffs around here, where they were going to deal with some harpies. There was a harpy problem that merchants were reporting. They engaged in combat immediately with no parley. It was a short, brutal combat in which Gregor's hammer awoke and began to speak to him as the great skull breaker, destroyer of nations. And
Boy, did he.
Yeah, that went pretty predictably. But now, our heroes, or are they heroes? We'll see. Have turned from the cliffs back toward Two Rivers, and as you set out on the road, the cosmos has some feelings about your actions at the cliffs. So I'm gonna pop open our campaign moves handout here. I'm seeing a finger held up.
Yeah, I think we wanted to collect some harpy heads before we left.
If I remember correctly, Gregor smashed the heads of the harpies in.
All of them?
That. Yeah.
I thought it was just that one.
Was it
Yeah.
just the one?
It was just the one.
I didn't realize we specifically needed to bring back heads at the time.
Did we?
Mhm.
Oh yeah, for the quest. The
It's
quest
in the
says-
quest.
Yeah. I don't know. Gregor, did you just smash one or did you smash all of them?
Because I remember it was to calm down Skullbreaker, so whatever
Yeah,
it took to calm him down.
Skullbreaker wanted all of them.
Well,
Mhm.
we can still bring back smashed heads.
What's left?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sure.
That's real gross,
We'll just-
guys.
Yeah.
Fine. We'll
Let's
just say
just
we wanted
bag
them
the
flattened
bits.
for carrying.
Damn it, Skullbreaker!
As
You know, you can
Ready.
stack more on top of each other when they're
my
flat,
God.
like paper.
as you butcher the corpses of these harpies,
Okay.
you you feel bile rise in your throat, and I need each of you, all four of you, to roll plus wisdom,
Okay.
Lovely.
because
This is
your selfishness, greed, and cruelty has brought harm to another. Whoo, those misses. Oh.
Well, Well.
I mean, Vori is doing great. I need one from Arrow too. Okay.
My gosh, guys.
So
I
Farron,
just leveled up, so I'm really
What?
excited about
Gregor,
these
and
points.
Arrow all get to mark experience.
Oh boy.
And so here's the thing. Here's the thing, chat. I've made some campaign moves for this game that are specific to the setting. Well, specifically one that's specific to the setting, and then one that is based off of the crafting knives theory or knife theory that Kiana shared with us. But the relevant one here is called Demon Seed, which says when your selfishness, greed, or cruelty brings harm to another, roll plus wisdom. On a 10+, choose 1. On a 7 to 9, choose 2. On a miss, your GM will choose 3. So, Vori, as you roll the 10+, you get to choose one side effect from the list there.
Is this in the handout somewhere?
Yeah, here, let me show the players.
Thank you.
Yep. For the rest of you, I get to pick. I'm just gonna go in order of how they showed up in chat. So Farron, let's see. Make a bond. You can't really make a bond with a dead person. You're definitely
And
gonna
how?
take -1
Yeah.
ongoing until you can indulge a vice. 'Cause
Yeah, that seems
appropriate.
like a very fair thing to do.
I'm gonna go with the middle 3 of these. So you're gonna make a new bond with a god expressing your penitence. So this is sort of like a manifestation of your guilt, and a way for you to assuage that guilt will be paying some kind of penance to a god of your choice. And then the third one you will get is your next roll regarding an intelligent being will be a miss, no exceptions. You do not grow the seed of a demon within your soul. Congratulations. Because Farron didn't take an active role in the murdering of these harpies.
It was just a lot of trying not to die.
Yeah. But there was also Farron, you made no attempt to de-escalate the situation this time, and you're feeling some guilt about that. Gregor, I'm gonna give you the -1 ongoing
Okay.
until you can indulge a vice. Actually, I think you should make a bond with the affected person. And I think the affected person here isn't actually the harpies that you killed. It's the remaining harpies that still live here. Because you didn't wipe out the harpies on the cliffs.
Mhm.
You just killed the ones that you found. So
Right.
I would like you to make a bond with the harpies of the White Cliffs that expresses
Okay.
your remorse.
I'm sorry, harpies.
It was very unnecessary to smash the heads in.
It was a little exceptionally violent.
I had to calm the hammer down, alright?
Well,
And your next roll regarding an intelligent being will be a miss. No
Okay.
exceptions. And then Arrow, of course. I can't not pile on to the sad boy. So
Do it. Hurt me.
I'm gonna give you the 2 social ones because
Okay.
that seems right for him.
Mm-hmm.
You're gonna take -1 ongoing until you indulge a vice, and your next roll regarding an intelligent being will be a miss, no exceptions. But I'm also giving you You grow the seed of a demon within your soul. Damage dealt to you by holy means is increased by 1. Healing administered to you by holy hands is reduced by 1. These effects are cumulative, and your sins may one day consume you.
That is so hateful, but the moment I read it, I knew you were going to pick it.
Well, that's fine. This is great.
Listen. It's totally fine.
And
Can I kick it out eventually?
No.
Doesn't say there's any way to get rid of it.
Yeah. No,
I'm going to do some research on Google.
Your sins weigh on you forever, as far as anyone knows.
Wow.
And yeah, that's how demons happen. And sometimes they happen by way of great evil. But demons that typically happen like inside a city or something are just the little everyday evils that a selfish person or a cruel person makes that eventually catches up to them and consumes them. So yeah, enjoy that. And I think Arrow, as your because you're the ranger in the party. You're the person that hunts and dresses animals and whatnot. So as you're like bent over these corpses with your hunting knife, trying to sever what remains of these heads, you feel like almost like your heart skips a beat, and this sort of anxious feeling courses through your chest for a moment before you shake it off. Is this a thing that you are like aware of and thinking about, or do you just dismiss it out of hand?
I'll think about this later.
Okay.
I think it's not one of those things that he's going to deal with right now, but he's definitely not going to forget about it.
All right. And with that, none of you feeling particularly good about this. Although actually, Vori, which of the options did you choose?
That's such a tough choice. What should I take, friends?
While you think about it, I'm gonna go sweatshirt.
Yeah.
I mean, you could join us in the "oh God, I need a drink" situation.
I don't know if drink is necessarily his vice, though. Yeah, I'll probably just take that one.
Yeah, because you know, Pharaoh needs a drink and a good night with good company.
Well,
Lynn says,
listen, we're all
'cause I'm
pretty.
awful.
I mean, I was legitimately considering that, but
I know
anyway.
you were, because that's why I gave it to Summer, because I know she would have picked it herself.
We'll see if it happens again.
Yeah. All right. So everybody needs to indulge a vice. You're all feeling terrible as you walk back to town. You get back. I think night falls before you return. You get back to the city some like hour and a half after sundown. The gates are closed, but there are guards stationed there that can potentially let you in. What do you do?
Walk on up, I guess.
Look at Farron like, get us in here. Talk to them.
Yeah, just walk right on up.
Who is it?
Well, greetings. It is just a band of weary travelers on their way, hopefully to stay the night here in Two Rivers.
She looks down from the parapet suspiciously. Awfully, heavily armed there.
Well, we are, as I said, just a group of weary travelers. Many dangers on the roads. We have to protect ourselves some way.
We already have a room at the inn. Tilted Turn.
We're not that heavily armed. He waves his completely empty hands. Nothing at his
She,
waist.
Gregor's like
Raises-
trying to like put his hammer behind him.
Yeah. She
No armor?
raises her lantern to try and see you better.
Listen, Fori's just a guy in clothing.
Very nice clothing.
I have
Bloody
no weapons whatsoever.
Maybe not now.
Right, well, gates are closed. Sorry. But they'll be open in the morning.
Oh, come on.
We
Well, I
already have a
suppose we
room.
could just camp on your doorstep.
Well, not too close. No, it's good for you.
You gonna be here all night?
Till the early hours.
I snore real loud.
Oh, well, if you're bored, we can always play a dice game or two.
How much to get in?
Trying to buy your way in?
He didn't say money. He just said how much. Could mean anything.
It sounds to me somewhere like Arrow is parlaying.
Oh, you want me to roll?
You-
Why?
Don't get
Don't
to
you love
roll.
rolling, though?
I
mean,
did great.
You didn't have to roll because it was a miss anyway.
Oh, right.
I did great.
Because your next roll regarding an
With
intelligent
an
being-
intelligent person. Yep.
Yeah,
Hey, do I get XP for that regardless?
you do. I may modify
Party.
that later, but
Well, not
yeah.
for now.
not for now. You're looking to get yourself into jail, aren't you?
Well, it's a roof over the head, isn't it?
Now.
Would it get us through the gates?
Oh, goodness. Farron is immediately like, oh boy, and just kind of gently takes Arrow by the shoulder. I apologize, my good person. We're just very tired and little snippy, clearly. We will leave you alone if that is what is necessary.
Smart move.
Offer of the dice game still stands.
Not interested.
Pity.
All right. Are you going to camp outside?
Go to the other fucking gate. There's more
Yep.
than one way in.
You're gonna go
Yep.
to another gate. Okay.
We are.
So you spend about 30 minutes walking the circumference of Two Rivers, coming around to another gate.
At
Oh,
least
there.
It's a nice night. Oh, hello. Evening.
Gate's
We're returning to
closed.
the city. We have
Listen,
a
we
room at
already-
the inn.
Like he says, we have a room. We'd just like to get in. We were running a little bit late on our business outside of town.
And anyway, why do you close the gates at night?
Good question. Why?
Keep people safe.
We're
From-
people and we're
Yeah.
outside and not safe. So
They did have a
Well, if you
heartbeat
wanted to be
problem.
safe, you should have been inside.
We're from out of town. We don't know the rules of the city. No one gave us a pamphlet.
That tracks.
Please just let
Look,
us in. We're tired.
Come on, man.
if you won't let us in, do you at least have some booze up there you're willing to share?
We would rather be in.
All right, Arrow.
We would
if you
rather be in.
like- You would like the parlay. Remember, you
I'll
have
try
-1
fucking
ongoing
again. Okay.
because you have not indulged a vice.
Yeah. Here I go again. A 7.
Is that already calculating the -1?
It should be.
Awesome.
Yep.
Fantastic. Okay. ask for something. Do it if you make them a promise. Mm. All right, but you can't tell anyone I did this.
Who are you? Never seen you before.
Great. Just a minute. Stevens! Open the gate! What? Are you fucking kidding me? You know what time it is? Oh, just open the fucking gate, Stevens! Clink, 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 clink. The gate opens slowly.
Well, there we go then.
Thor,
Much
you're
obliged.
amazing.
To whoever you are. Already forgotten. He strides on in.
Stevens, close the gate! What the fuck you asked me to open it for? Just fucking close it!
Best work buds.
Clearly a
So
healthy
we
working
babs.
relationship.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
They're definitely work husbands.
Bloodied, beaten, demoralized, and still carrying 3 mal-shapen heads, you make your way through the dim streets of Two Rivers, eventually finding yourself at the Tilted Turn. What do you do?
Gregor, like, not cleaning or anything, just immediately goes to the bar and, like, rests his head in his hand and doesn't even, just waves the barkeep over.
Yeah,
just
Fair will
looks-
sit down next to him.
He's keeping his distance, like, clearly turning his nose up and grimacing.
If we could avail you of alcohol and a bath roughly in that order, that would be fantastic.
What he said.
As you wish, of course. I stalks over to the back of the bar, grabs some, like, clearly bottom shelf booze, pours it out.
Do you have anything
Yes.
further up? Stronger proof, particularly.
Do you
It's
have
been
the
a rough
coin?
day. Of course.
Pay you, man. Just give it.
All right. How much do you want?
I'm not sure. The GM doesn't remember what the going rate for drinks are here. So give him just a moment while he...
Typical general manager.
We need to speak with the general manager of this establishment.
Yes. Well, the general manager is flipping through the... God. There we go.
Snake.
Items. Woo. Da. It's gonna be like 2 coin per person.
That's fine. Take
He's
my
gonna-
money.
Yeah, he's gonna throw like 20 gold at him. Just
Okay.
Shut up and take my money.
Yep. Here you go. That should cover most things, I think.
Very well.
Give us your best.
As you wish. He puts the bottles back, pours something heavier, and like turns to a servant and gets them to draw you some baths. So, rough day?
I do believe I just said that. But yes, good. You listen. That's an important quality in an innkeep, barkeep, whatever you are.
You were much nicer yesterday.
It was also much less bloodied and battered. Tends to impact our mood.
Does it? I wouldn't know.
Couldn't tell.
He goes into the back and like pulls a mop out and just sets it to the side, waiting for y'all to be done.
It's like clean up the gross gore off the floor after we leave.
Poor guy.
All right, so the, the four of
Bottoms
you
up.
just slam some drinks. All right.
No way, Jose. I'm staying outside.
Wait, really?
Yeah.
You're not going in to drink?
No,
Oh, okay.
not vibing. Not feeling too good.
All right.
She just wants
So
to
the
fail more rolls so she can
Three
get
of
XP.
you.
I know what you're doing.
Who knows what I'm
Okay,
up to?
I'm lowering the level cap. All right.
These are
Well,
just rules.
y'all get well and truly drunk. Go ahead and just you're sick. You drink yourself sick. So that's the status effect under Constitution. You're just not. You're just not. Meanwhile, Arrow, where are you?
I think after everybody else went inside, he kind of just started walking in circles around the inn. Just last time he went on a walk, it did not go very well because he saw the ocean and it freaked him out.
Yeah.
But he doesn't want to be. He already doesn't like being inside very much.
Mhm.
But he doesn't want to go too far. But he doesn't want to be inside. So, he's just kind of pacing, if you will, outside.
All right. As you do so, you're walking this loop around the inn, and as you pass an alleyway, you hear someone. It's not crying. It's the sort of talking to oneself with a panicked tone, right? That you can instantly recognize a sense of desperation.
He stops. Is it there on like multiple loops? I don't know if he'd stop the first time, but maybe the
Yeah, so
second time.
you pass the first time, you come back around, and yeah, you can still hear someone.
He stops and turns to look. Can I see the person?
Yeah. Yeah, you can. There is... Just a second. I need to press some buttons.
Press him.
There's a human woman. Your best bet is probably somewhere in her 50s. Who is at the back of this alleyway, and it's not a through alleyway, it's a dead end.
Mhm.
And she's there. She has a small blade, like a personal dagger, that she's turning over in her hands as she paces back and forth at the end of this alleyway, talking to herself.
He moves towards the opening of the alley and kind of looks down at her and is like, "Are you all right?"
What?
Are you all right?
Yes. You should go.
Are you sure?
She's like looking around nervously, and you can see she's looking past you, more than she's looking at you. Yeah, yes. You should leave. You should leave now. And her like hands sort of absentmindedly tighten and untighten on the handle of the dagger.
Are you waiting for someone?
Sort of. She paces a little bit again, and as she steps into the moonlight now in this alleyway, you recognize her robes. Her robes are those of a bonds magi, a bonds mage. She stops, her back sort of, or like not facing you. She's facing off to the side. Just you know, keeping busy. Like
You
one
seem
does.
nervous.
Do I? Um. Look, I appreciate what you're doing. Checking on me to see if I'm okay. No, most people would just keep walking.
You were talking pretty loudly.
Was I? That was out loud. Okay. Ooh, I feel like there's a thing that I want you to roll, but I don't think there's a move for it. Are you okay with me just asking you to make a roll?
Yeah,
Okay, could you roll plus charisma?
sure. Oh, remember that time I didn't bump up my charisma from -1?
Yeah.
Oh,
Uh-oh. Hello.
oh.
All right. Marcus P. I'm sorry about that. I didn't mean to distract you from your walk. Please, it's a lovely evening, but it's getting on. You should be getting on, right? Right? That's what happens in the evening.
No,
People
I
sleep.
don't really have anywhere to be.
Oh, great. And there's an obvious, like, she's trying to get rid of you, and she was trying to be polite about it, that even Arrow with his limited people skills can pick up on.
Oh, for sure. I just don't care.
Look, I'm trying to be nice here, but if you stay, you are going to die.
You know that the inn is right here, right?
Uh-huh. Yes. Uh-huh. Mm-hmm. Yep.
Why would I die?
You'll be killed. Which would be bad. So
By you?
oh, and she like looks at the dagger in her hand and she puts it in a sheath. No.
By whoever you're waiting for?
Yeah.
Are you going to kill them?
I'm gonna try.
All right, well, I'll stay with you.
Shouldn't do that.
I don't see why not. If I die, I die.
She's clearly taken aback by that. But Jesus, chat. Aren't you afraid of dying?
Not especially, no.
How? How are you not afraid? After all these years, I'm still afraid.
I had a friend who died recently.
I'm sorry. So did I. Well, sort of a friend. Doesn't matter.
They did it, though.
What?
They died.
Yeah. Yes. Yes. I'm next. And she swallows hard, and you see her sway a little bit. She as you're spending more time interacting with her and getting a look at her, you see she has dark circles under her eyes. You're getting the sense that she hasn't slept in a while.
Why don't you sit down?
That's a bad idea. I should keep walking. If I stop moving, that's bad. She starts pacing again.
Why don't you sit down, get a little bit of rest, and I'll keep an eye out.
No. That's how he gets you.
When you sleep.
Yes. He's always always there.
So he'll only come if you sleep.
Yes. That's why I'm not going to the inn. If I go to the inn, if I sleep, everyone there is in danger.
Then sleep here, and I'll watch out.
Roll me a parlay. Summer smiles because like, oh yeah, XP. Yep. Okay. All right. Are you sure?
I'm sure.
Okay.
And he'll draw
She-
his bow.
Sits down on the cobblestones with her back to the wall. Okay. And we're going to cut inside. So the three of you are
I think
well
we're
and
just
truly sloshed.
puking our guts out, probably.
Okay, so like the three of you are back up in your rooms, maybe?
Can we skip to post sick? Because during sick seems real boring.
I think sick is like you're not feeling good. You're not necessarily vomiting actively, but you're just like,
But can one of them please throw up when they're in the tub?
oh yeah, absolutely.
No.
One of
The
one of
worst
three of
timing.
you, feel free to volunteer.
Nope. I'm not okay with that. I may actually hurl. Let's not describe that.
So we've got like
that might be an X card item for me.
Vori, I think you have a warm, damp cloth on your forehead, and you're just like laying down in your bath,
Probably
and you're in
has-
Arrow's room.
A bitching headache, and God help anyone who talks too loud
in
in the vicinity,
And then
they
we
might die.
we pan our camera, or we like do a dolly slide through the of the camera through the wall into the neighboring room with Farron and Gregor.
Yeah, so Farron is probably the least bloody, all things considered. So letting Gregor take the bath first.
So we've got like Gregor, you're in the bath with like you're just holding your face, and Farron, you're leaning on the windowsill, like taking careful breaths of the fresh air. And next to the bath, we see Skullbreaker.
Oh no.
Lord help
At
us.
this point, I think Gregor
Not
would
now,
have liked to,
Skullbreaker.
like under the bed or something.
Yeah.
Gregor's feeling real insecure with his weapon right now.
So, so under the bed, you hear faintly muffled, "Ah, yes, you have celebrated well, Gregor. This first
shut
conquest.
up!
This first conquest
Shut up,
is one
Skullbreaker!
of many.
Oh
With
my
the years,
god!
you shall achieve greatness. I believe."
I'm gonna lose my mind. I'm gonna go
Gregor.
insane because there is a weapon in my head and I can't stop it. Hey, Farron.
Why all of this?
I don't know. It just started talking,
Like,
and then and Gregor's like super schmammered at this point, and he's like almost weepy drunk, and he's like, it just started talking, and I didn't want to go so extra on him, but it just wouldn't stop unless it got blood, and I feel really bad because I take no pleasure in this. Yeah, I do it for a living, but it was excessive, you know?
yeah. I totally get it. Does it like talk in your head?
It talks in my head, Farron.
Like, is it like a distance thing, or
It just depends on how it's feeling. You guys heard it. It can talk to you too. When it so pleases.
I'm gonna try something,
I please.
Oh, no.
and I'm just gonna take out Skullbreaker.
Okay.
I just want to go in the hallway and find a linen closet. And shove it in the
yes.
linen closet.
I understand that you are drawn to my power, but no, I shall be wielded only by Gregor. Wait,
Shove
wait, where are we?
into linen
What are you?
closet.
This insolence will not stand. You shall pay dearly with your life. Like it drains. It goes distant as you walk back into the room.
So that answers my question.
Oh, good. He has a range. Maybe.
Distance.
Gregor,
Yeah.
Gregor, I am in the linen closet.
No.
Gregor, your minion has absconded with me.
Just go to bed, Skullbreaker. Let's take a rest.
I am sure they mean to kill you in your sleep while I cannot watch over you.
It's okay. I can handle this.
What is it
Such
saying?
folly.
I'm too tired to be the
Yeah,
messenger here.
Just finish your bath, big man, and go to bed.
His conks out in the bath.
That's
Yeah.
fine.
Greg.
Guys,
I love this. Like he's sleeping at first. Like Gregor, hey.
yes, I can't sleep in here. And Gregor just like rolls out of the bath and gets washed on the floor, and like crudely dries himself and like throws on some stuff and just like onto the bed.
At least he made
But
it to
like
bed.
one leg draping off the bed, one arm like across the other side. face smashed in, little drool coming out. Just
Absolutely.
Yeah, Farron just kind of like, just wherever he fits, deals with. Farron, noodle on board, can't be bothered to try to even move.
Right. With that, I think we transition back outside. It's been some 15 minutes now, Arrow. And she fell asleep pretty much instantly. So far, nothing has happened. Lake is flying lazy circles up above. What do you do?
He keeps his bow and arrow drawn. But he kind of just leans up against the side of the wall and is just watching.
Okay.
I don't know that he necessarily like believes what she's saying.
Mm-hmm.
That something's gonna come to kill her in her sleep or kill everyone in their sleep or whatever. But he knows that she obviously needs to sleep. He thinks that that's the main problem. She's sleep deprived.
Are you keeping an eye on her or on the entrance to the alleyway?
I
Which
mean
are you focusing
both.
on more?
Probably the entrance to the alleyway more.
Okay.
She's asleep, you know.
Yeah, totally, 100%.
And he's got Lake here, who can fight monsters now. I'll remind you.
Yeah. After a couple more hushed moments, like a carriage pulls by, but other than that, it stays pretty quiet until you hear a sort of like a choking sound behind you. What do you do?
Look.
She is sprawled across the cobbles, grasping at her throat, her eyes wide in terror. And she's got like one hand reaching toward you as she's choking on something.
Can I shoot an arrow through the space above her?
Yes.
Just
Yeah, roll volley.
okay.
Or I think that is volley. Sorry. A miss.
What wouldn't you know?
God, how mean am I? I'm not gonna have you shoot her. You mark XP.
I did.
Your arrow shatters against the cobbles, and she stops reaching for you and just starts pulling at something, and you see blood begin to bubble up out of her mouth.
Okay, I go over and try and. Can I feel anything?
No, there's nothing there.
Around her neck.
You can see as you're like searching her, trying to see what's going on. Blood begins to pour also from her ears and her nose, and she just grabs the front of your shirt and pulls you close. He's here.
I don't see anybody.
Shadows.
Shadows? Okay. I'm gonna pick her up. Take her into the light.
Okay.
I'm guessing in front of the inn.
Yeah, so you drag her out of the alleyway into the moonlight, and now, Vori, you hear weird sounds from outside your window. You hear the sound of somebody choking on fluid, like drowning almost. And maybe like a hushed curse from Arrow. perhaps, as he's like dragging her out. What do you do? You are muted.
Unmuted the wrong thing. By this point, he's probably been in the bath this whole time because he can reheat the water as often as he wants.
Oh yeah. Oh, yeah, you're well and truly pruned.
Yeah. But hearing that, he just flings the cold cloth off, gets up out of the water, dries off relatively sloppily, and throws some pants on at least, and heads over to the window to see what the hell is going on. What is going on down there? Ugh.
Arrow, as you pull her into the street now, you look up to see Vori lean out the window and asking this of you. Vori, you like grab your head and like wince, and then when you look, you see Arrow is like holding this woman like under the arms, dragging her into the street, and above her is this enormous shadowy figure with one hand outstretched, and you see a silvery essence being pulled from the woman. And with that, we are going to go to our first break of the night. So, we are going to step away for a couple minutes. When we return, we will find out what our party does about this new predicament. See you soon. Hello and welcome back to episode 6 of From Dust. Vori, the scene before you is Arrow dragging a woman who is bleeding from her face, while this figure that you have seen so far only in your dreams is looming over her. What do you do?
I'm gonna call up some fire and shape it into something and fling it at it like a javelin or something throwable.
All
From
right.
up here, because jumping out the window seems like a bad idea.
Yeah, this is probably near distance, roughly. So is that
Let's see.
is that
Let me make sure I know. Yep.
brand of it's been a
Burning
while.
brand indeed,
Burning brand,
yes.
there we go.
All right. Doing that right? Okay, sweet.
And you no longer have -1 ongoing.
Neat.
That was cleared by your night of drinking.
Okay. Boop. I just realized sorry.
A 7.
Well,
That
Okay.
I guess that works. That's not what I meant to hit though.
Oh, is that not the...
No, that was not the actual ability. That was just me accidentally smacking my con.
Oh, okay.
We can take the roll though. It just doesn't have the descriptor.
Is Burning Brand a con check typically, or...
Yes.
stat is it based
It is.
Okay, then yeah, that's fine.
Uh
So that's a 7.
I guess I just choose one? Yes.
Yes,
One of the
I think
following
so.
tags. Yeah, so it's throwable. And it's probably still dangerous, but fuck it.
All right, with 3 uses, it is dangerous. What are the default tags on it? Dangerous and messy, and
I think definitely dangerous. Fiery touch, dangerous.
okay, and you're giving it thrown.
Yeah, I'm adding thrown.
Okay. So you conjure these javelins,
Yep.
one of which is in your hand. The other 2, are they like, do they sit nearby? Do they float behind you? How do you?
I think he just pulls them as needed.
Okay.
So, first one out and winging it down there.
All right. So Arrow, you look up and you see Vori step back, flame erupt from his hand, and then he just chucks it at you.
And I can't see the shadow, right?
Not at all.
This is fine.
I think he quickly tries to pull her out of the way. The woman?
Okay, so you like pull her over and
Yeah.
and roll to the side.
I'll get in the way. Yeah, need be.
Okay.
Like if it looks like it's gonna hit her.
It's hard to tell at the moment at a moment's glance, but if you wanted, you could try and defend her.
Yeah. Okay. I can do that.
Okay.
Or can I?
That's a good question.
I don't think I've succeeded a roll once. Well, I had one. That was okay. Here we go.
It's fine. Just let me murder
4.
her.
Mark XP.
Blessed.
Jesus. Sever is speed running level 10 in Dungeon World. Oh, okay.
That's 6 XP for you kids counting at home.
You know?
Yeah.
I started the session with 0. And I only need 12 to level up.
I'm gonna double check the throne property. If you
Throwing
volley with this
near.
weapon, you mark off. You can't choose to mark off ammo on a 7. Okay, so it's the same as volley, but you can't choose to mark off ammo.
Okay.
Gotcha.
In other words, you just do lose ammo, right?
Yeah, it's when you
Yeah.
because with a bow on a 7 to 9, you can choose to mark off an ammo charge.
For extra
With
damage.
thrown weapons, you
You just
automatically
Do. Yep.
lose the thing. So you're sending this javelin, which I think means if it's thrown, like you can recover it like you could with a thrown weapon for the other 2 uses. I think that's what I'm going to adjudicate it as. You're conjuring a
Don't
weapon,
know.
you're throwing it, you can recover it for the other 2 uses.
Okay. Yeah, I imagine it probably just like bursts into flame and reappears where needed. So do I volley
Volley.
then?
Yeah.
Okay. Because honestly, I just want to sever that silvery whatever the fuck it was.
All right.
Nice.
My aim is exceptionally good when I'm drunk.
Thank you. Please. I'm very glad you're not hitting me.
You're basically like that person at a party that gets really good at beer pong when they have a couple of drinks.
I would not put it past him.
All right. So this bolt of fire sears down onto the cobblestones, charring the rock black. And Arrow, you can feel like the blast of heat radiating over your shoulder as you turn this woman away, and turning her like you have, just blood pools on the ground, and you're not entirely sure she's still breathing. Vori, you cast down this javelin, and it crashes and shatters against the cobblestones, and you see the figure look up at you, like turn its faceless head toward you, with its hand still reaching out toward the woman, and it pulls the hand back and closes it into a fist as the last of the silvery essence drains away, and you hear his voice come to you.
Oof.
It's not your time yet. Soon.
We'll see about that.
Then just sort of melts into the natural shadows of the street.
Arrow looks up at Vori and is like, "What the hell?"
Just kind of vanishes what's left.
Farron, who is still awake, you hear this blast of fire outside.
Okay. He climbs over Gregor again to get.
Local pyromaniacal disaster is a little cranky.
All you see outside is the scorch mark on the stones and Arrow holding a dead woman. Excuse me.
Okay, this is going to be a social nightmare. Um, they're gonna go over to next door and just kind of.
Ugh. Fuck. What?
Hey, boy, you good there?
The door is open. You don't have to knock. In fact, I'd prefer it if you didn't.
I was just being polite.
Just come in, please. Please.
Open up the door. What?
He
What's
looks like he
that?
got dressed in such a hurry. He basically has his pants like on quickly and hastily tied. His hair is completely loose.
It's just the pants.
Yep.
Yeah,
Yep.
Farron doesn't really give a fuck.
Just somebody play Careless Whisper right here.
Farron has seen a lot of bodies.
Yep.
I kind of just
Yep.
kind of look over, shrug. Fire.
Whoa.
Fire, that was you.
Oh. Well, of course it was. There was a disturbance in the alley. How's it going down there?
Yeah, Arrow, you hear talking up in Voria's room, and you're holding this quickly chilling body.
Yeah, I think he, oh my God, like tries to like get her up, like pick her up as best he can, and literally like goes inside and like lays her down on the bar.
Oh,
Please.
shit.
Oh god.
Okay.
Tavoy, please tell me.
He
you-
doesn't know. He's pretty sure she's dead, but
Yeah.
Please tell me you didn't.
Oh, just another evening pastime for me, murdering a woman. Of course not. There was a beast down there. I was trying to deal with it.
And was it dealt with or
Well, it left, so there's that. I don't know how or why she's dead, but I can make a few guesses. And I think he just walked inside. We should probably go do some damage control.
yes. Yep. Okay. Also, if you hear voices in your head when we walk past the closet, please just ignore it.
If it's that fucking hammer, I'm definitely going to ignore it. Or I'm going to burn it.
Let's just ignore it right now. I have to shove it in the closet. Let's go.
Yes, fine. Let me finish getting dressed.
Arrow, we get a shot over your shoulder as you like kick the door of the twisting turn, the turning turn, the
Tilted
what-
turn.
tilted turn. That's right. I knew I named it something with alliteration.
Turn.
the turning
I don't know the
Turn.
in.
yeah. You kick the door and you're carrying this woman. I think the typical barkeep Lathron is probably asleep at this hour. So there's someone else just sort of tending the common room because it's late enough. People aren't like drinking. And it's I don't need to decide what kind of person it is because I could just press a button and I will tell myself.
Tell us.
There is a young elven man in the room who's like sweeping the floor as you come in, and he jumps and like throws the broom to the side in surprise as you just burst in and lay her on the bar. And there's a moment, I think, as you step back to assess the damage, where you see this woman who is probably dead. The blood mingling with her age grade hair, and I don't know, you tell me, it definitely reminds you for a moment of Rydia. How do you handle that moment?
Yeah, I think after he lays her down, I mean, he doesn't know her, but
Mhm.
it's definitely reminiscent of that moment with Rydia. And I think he just sits down at one of the bar stools next to her, and just takes her hand in one of his.
You maybe vaguely hear the sound of voices coming towards you, and Vori and Farron, you come down the stairs and like look over the banister at the bar, and you see a dead bonds mage on the bar. And Arrow is sitting next to her.
Yeah, I think both Rory and Farron have like
Exchange
simultaneous.
this look like. Ooh.
We should.
We should teach him about how not to things not to do someday.
Oh, yeah. I mean, also, if that one just saw him come in with a dead bondsmate, that's not good.
Yeah, the guy who was cleaning the common room is just like, please don't kill me, please don't kill me, please don't kill me.
You're nicer with the talking than I am, Farron.
Yeah, yeah.
Why don't you go make nice with that one down there?
Please do.
Yeah, so Farron just kind of wanders over. Good evening, gentlemen. I am
Oh, God!
I am so sorry. I went in one of the rooms above when I heard the commotion. Are you all right?
He looks distracted. You should get the guard.
Okay. All right. I am going to be frank with you. I don't know how that body happened, but apparently they were trying to save her. So, we're just adventurers on the road, trying to rescue this poor woman. Probably got involved somehow. And, well, my companions seem to have dealt with whatever killed her.
Are you asking a question?
I am using Charmian Open Outfile, so I will ask the question of how can I get you to not talk about this with anybody? My good sir, I'm sure you have many important things to be doing as part of this lovely inn. We will deal with this. So honestly, it would be better if you...
Look, as long as you clean up after yourselves and I don't have to explain this to Lathron, I didn't see anything.
Yes, and Farron just puts like a hand on his shoulder. That's the good sir. You should go and rest, and we'll deal with this.
How? And he gets to ask you a question back, which you must answer truthfully. And they may ask you a question from the list. It's hard for me because I want to GM ask you questions, but this guy doesn't fucking care. It says they may ask you a question. I'm not gonna have him do that this time. I don't think he wants to know anything about you. He outie.
Did he go out the front door or upstairs or
Front door.
okay? Bori's closing the front door after him.
Okay.
We'll
Do you
just
like
walk
throw
out.
the bolt?
Yup.
Shunk.
What a fucking mess.
Yep,
There
I
is-
am.
There is a noticeable trail of blood from the door up to the
Ooh.
bar.
Oh.
Either you could deal with this right now, or you could go and get the. I'm sure there's a mop back. Either way, I'm going to need a drink of water before I'm able to deal with more of this.
Bori kind of looks at the floor speculatively, pondering if he should just try to like burn it clean. And then realizes that might just cause more problems. And
You look
goes
at all of the
into
wood furnishings in the room.
Yeah, he's like, on second thought, I'm not that stupid. And goes and begrudgingly gets the mop and a bucket. And starts doing some housework.
Arrow's not helping literally at all.
Yeah. You're just sitting there.
hmm
You have some explaining to do, young man.
Do I?
Man.
What the fuck happened down there? What were you doing? Who is she? Why is she dead?
I was walking.
That's better than what most of us are capable of right now. Great.
But I didn't catch her name.
Good enough. She's a bonds mage. That's as much as any of us needs to care about. Okay. So, did you see something down there?
No.
You didn't see anything.
No. She said something was after her, and it came when she slept. I didn't know it would be something I couldn't see. So I told her I would.
Oh my. That doesn't bode well. Not at all. At this point, he's kind of stopped mopping and is just sort of leaning quite heavily on the mop for support. Well, I saw it.
You did. So I'm guessing that's why
yes.
you threw the.
Oh, yes, it was definitely doing something to her. And I'm reasonably certain it is what killed her. And I've been seeing that thing for a while now. Pretty sure it's not just because I'm feeling a bit sick.
For a while, you've been seeing it.
No explanation for that. But I don't like it.
No, that's not good.
In any case, doesn't matter. What matters right now is that we have a dead woman. God, on. We have a dead body on the bar.
Yeah, Farron comes out with the 2 glasses of water and just like drinking one and just like kind of shoves the other in Bori's direction.
He grabs it and just full tilt back and then tosses the glass aside without a care.
That is something we'll have to clean. Just
It's probably
I
like
never
a mug, so it just clatters
Yeah.
very loudly.
I didn't want to just leave her outside.
It would have given us a lot less responsibility in the matter. Now we can't disavow this. We're witnesses, if not likely to be accused. And if we get accused and they do enough digging, they're going to figure out what we, and he looks at Farron, are.
Neither of you are tied to this. This is my fault.
That doesn't really matter. We're all standing in the same room.
And we're part of the same
But they don't know that.
People saw us come into town or try to get into town. It will come back.
We're also all are renting rooms together, so
Yep.
we have a trail.
Then the two of you should go back to bed and let me deal with this.
The trail of blood's going to lead from right outside my window. They'll have questions as to why I didn't hear something if I deny knowledge.
You were drunk, no?
Not that drunk.
Then I suggest you get that drunk.
You know, I thought I made bad decisions. You're making me look very good right now.
This was my fault, and I won't let any of you take the blame for it. I didn't believe her. I didn't think anything would happen. And I couldn't stop it when it did.
That's not your fault. You couldn't see it. Be happy about that.
But still, I was the one who told her to get some sleep. That's why it came. That's what she said.
Wait, what?
She was clearly exhausted. She said it only came if she slept, and so I guess she hadn't slept in a while. But I told her to get some sleep and that I would watch out. She slept, and it came.
Right. He goes back behind the bar and digs in the cabinets if they are open for a bottle of anything.
You find something.
I think I'm going to make
and-
myself sick.
Farron, this is definitely ringing a bell for you now that you're back in the room and hearing that.
Yeah. Probably not going to say anything about the weird shadow nightmares quite yet.
Okay.
But like, well, we still have to get a body out of here.
I got it in. I can get it out.
That doesn't take care of the blood.
Brought you into this bar, I can take you right back out.
We can wash away most of the blood here and out front.
Well, I've just mopped the floor, and now you're going to spill blood all over it again.
Well, I'm sorry about that, but
Well, fuck it. Do what you need to do.
I don't really know where to take her. I don't know the best place. I don't know if she had anybody who's looking for her. I think it's better to be upfront about this, and
Or you could dump it in the water.
I don't think so.
Suit yourself. It's as good a good a way as any to get rid of a body.
I'll figure it out.
I could burn it, but we need a place to do that.
Any of it would just draw attention. We're in a city. We can't forget that. I'll figure it out.
That's not really a plan.
Oh, carry her and walk until someone stops me.
You out of your mind. Farron, help me talk some sense into this idiot. You're smart. Think of something.
Dylan, is there like a Bonds Mage like guild or headquarters or something?
You know that the Bonds Magi have a tower in Sanctuary,
Mm-hmm.
but so it would be a safe assumption that they probably have somewhere in Two Rivers too. But I
Mhm.
think you're
Satellite
not
location.
familiar enough with the city to know necessarily where that would be off the top of your head. I think.
Mhm.
Would I know?
Vori's been here before, right?
He was
Oh
born
yeah,
here.
you spent a long time here.
He was here until he was about 17.
Didn't
that's
Farron spend time here too?
that's a long time, and especially given Vori's attributes. Yeah, I think it's safe to say that Vori would know. Yeah, they have a they typically have a location in most major cities, and you would know where their tower is here in Two Rivers.
Bori, do you know where I could take her?
If you want to take her back to the Bonds Mage, yes, I know where the tower is. No, I'm not going with you.
I didn't ask you to go with me.
If you're serious about going on your own with a body, the Bonds Mage, and you're not going to implicate us, then Roy, I don't see a problem here. We stay behind, clean things before it settles into the woods, and then we just go to sleep.
I don't necessarily feel good about that, but so be it.
Well, it's better than trying to wander around town endlessly, or bring it to the guards, or, well, trying to set the place on fire here. So, sooner we get
Just-
the body out of here, the better.
Give me a
And-
map and I'll take her.
I'm not exactly an artist.
There's probably
Come
like
on,
a historical map of the city on the wall somewhere, like framed on the wall, that
Yeah.
you can like point. It's around here.
Come here. He'll go up to the map and just kind of scan it for a minute. Right there. That's where you need to go. I suggest you take these roads here. They'll keep you out of the main pathway of guards and people who care about seeing someone with a corpse in their arms.
I think you're aiding. You're aiding Arrow. Does that sound right?
Sure.
So that would be rolling plus bonds, which I think is 0. for
Yep.
you. Hey!
Wow, who cares?
All right. Yeah,
Don't
you
need
gotta
it.
Take that plus 2.
Will do.
All right. So is that the plan? Arrow's gonna pick up this woman and march off to the Bonds Magi?
I would assume that there's probably extra sheets in like a linen closet somewhere.
Yeah, there's a linen closet upstairs.
Yeah. There definitely is.
Would you like to
But
go retrieve
basically-
some sheets?
Must we?
I mean, yeah, I don't want to just be I want
I'll-
I want to like wrap her in something so it's not as horrifying that I just have this bloody
Okay.
woman in my arms.
So, the two of you, Farron and Vori, I suppose you set about cleaning up the bar.
Yeah.
Fortunately, like honestly, if you're gonna bring a bar or a body in somewhere, a bar's a pretty good place because everything's got like a half inch of varnish on it.
Yeah.
So, as they start cleaning, Arrow, you go upstairs to where you saw a linen closet, and you turn the handle and open the door, and you see leaning up against the shelves this hammer, and you hear a voice. Ah, Arrow, good, yes. Yes, I've been locked in here for too long by that
Grab the
traitor
sheets,
Farron.
shut the door.
Arrow!
This fucking hammer.
We have no time for this bullshit.
No,
No
we don't
time.
have time for it.
He just cursed like 3 generations of your family. It's fine.
I just like to picture Arrow's expression not changing one iota.
Not at all.
So you head downstairs and you wrap this body, and yeah, I guess you can head out while they tidy up the space. I'm trying to see if there's a move that you're triggering here, but I don't think so.
Meanwhile, Gregor is sleeping peacefully.
Sweet angel. If y'all do a good enough job, Gregor will never know.
How was your night, guys? Oh, you know. Fine, I guess.
Dude, the bolster move is fantastic. Have y'all looked at all of the
Bolster.
basic moves? Because
The
like,
bolster.
there's some good stuff in there. In the like special bolster is when you spend your leisure time in study, meditation, or hard practice, you gain preparation. If you prepare for a week or more, take 1 preparation. If you prepare for a month or longer, take 3 instead. When your
Damn.
preparation pays off, spend 1 preparation for a +1 to any roll.
Ooh.
It's across the page from Recruit, which lets you get followers and hench people, and Outstanding Warrants, which I am not reading for any reason. Okay, so I don't think there's a move being triggered here. You can just head out into the city. And it's a quiet night. Perhaps a bit louder than you're used to, Arrow, because of the sound of the water in the canals that sort of spiderweb through the city. But Sanctuary is like your main exposure to urban life, right? And there are parts of Sanctuary that are just like awake at all times, but it's never the kind of awake that's like, woo, it's a party, right? It's not New York, the city that never sleeps. It's, oh, there's probably some kind of a deal going down in there. I should look in through that window. But here, people just sleep when the sun goes down, like, and so you're kind of, you're alone, but for Lake, as you walk through the streets of Two Rivers. Maybe a couple times you have to like duck down, like turn a corner quickly to avoid the light from patrolling guards. But I don't think you're interrupted on your way there. How is this journey for Arrow?
Emotionally exhausting.
Can we see that in some way? Is there like a noticeable change?
I think the only person that would notice is actually Lake. I think that for anyone else, it's not like a visible change. It's more of like an aura shift, kind of like something that just because they have this innate connection, this like spiritual connection to one another. I think Lake like flies closer than she normally does. And like maybe even makes little noises, kind of like little chirping noises at him, like, hey, you okay? But I think like otherwise, no, you wouldn't be able to tell a difference. It's just kind of like a heavy heart feeling.
Right. Meanwhile, back at the Tilted Turn, Vori and Farron, you're doing everybody's favorite work of mopping the bar room. What's your plan? What are you doing? once you've mopped the room. There is blood outside that you could conceivably tend to if you wanted to.
Mopping outside would look decidedly weird, but
But we gotta clean that.
Just pour some
Yeah.
water
Yeah,
on
fuck
it.
it out. Yeah.
So does a distinct trail of blood leading directly to the
Yeah,
end door.
so I think
Yeah.
I
Bucket
think
it.
I think they're gonna take the bucket, fill it with water.
slosh it away.
Yeah.
Okay.
Right. I think that's everything except for the scorch mark.
Oh. Whoops. Things get burned all the time in a city.
Very intensely in one spot all the time, yes.
There's a fireplace in here, right?
Yeah, in the
Okay.
corner.
Is there like a cauldron or something?
Sure.
Okay. He's gonna grab it, fill it with some firewood and shit, and spark a little bit, and then go take it outside and dump it there.
Like somebody
And
just
then
started
put
a
it out.
trash fire in the street.
Yup.
All right.
And then come back in. Problem solved.
What like time is it now?
Yeah, you know what?
like
I
midnight.
can't even argue with that. Very well.
Do you want to finish that bottle? That stuff's not bad. I should probably put it back after we're done, though.
I suppose it won't hurt.
He hands it over.
Takes a swig out of it.
Cheers. We are very good at cleaning.
Cleaning out messes. Though usually I'm the one making them, so this is a nice refreshing change.
Likewise.
Now, should we just stay up and wait and see what happens, or just go to bed?
As much as the throbbing headache in my skull would beg me to go to bed, I am a little worried about that fool.
Yeah. Oh, goodness. How much time do we think we want to give him?
Well, if my memory serves, that walk should take about whatever time it takes to be
An
there and
hour,
back.
probably.
Yeah.
Probably an hour to get there, hour to get back.
All right.
Assuming nothing happens in the interim.
Assuming nothing happens or slows him down, he should only need a couple of hours to be there and back.
Couple of hours. Oh, okay. Pose. Well, clearly he's not back by morning, then there's something wrong, and we have to go clean up another mess.
Right.
Probably
How's
with
Gregor.
last time I saw him he was passed out on the bed.
Lucky bastard.
Takes a lot to wake him up. Usually a glass of water or like a specific prodding right under the ribcage.
You two have been together a long time?
Yeah.
How nice.
Good road companion. It's not the
Oh.
sa-
Oh. Right.
I'm sorry. No. I
Wasn't sure.
yeah,
My apologies.
I know that's fine. I get it all the time. Mhm.
Anyway. Yes, we'll give him a couple of hours, and if he's not back, then I don't know what yet. We'll figure that out when we get there.
Yep, that is a 2 hours in the future us problem.
So do the two of you just sort of sit in silence
Yeah.
for the next few hours waiting.
Probably drinking a lot more water.
Yeah. I'm like, okay, we got to stay out for 2 hours.
Yeah.
All right. Then I think we see Arrow. You're standing in front of a tower. It's a stone construction. It's not super like heavily decorated. It doesn't really stand out from the surrounding buildings except for its shape, the fact that it's a tower and not more of a house. It's in a residential area. The door is relatively unassuming. There's a wrought iron knocker on it. What do you do?
Kicks it a few times. Like a knocking, not like, yeah. He just can't use his arms.
Yeah. There's a short time, and I think we see like a sigh escape from Arrow as Lake lands on his shoulder, and we are going to take our second and final break of the evening. We're gonna do a slightly shorter episode tonight because we started late. But yeah, so we're gonna step away for just a little bit. Flush some of that stuff out, get some water, and when we get back, we will see how Arrow is received at the Bonds Magi. See you soon. Hello and welcome back to the final hour, verse 6 here of From Dust. So, as Lake lands on your shoulder, Arrow, the door opens a crack. What do you want?
I have someone. He just kind of like,
You see the eye in the crack of the door look down at the shape in your arms.
she's one of yours.
The door opens, and you see a young fellow. He looks human, probably in his mid to late teens. What happened?
I found her talking to herself in the streets, saying something was coming. She was waiting for something, and it came.
Reaches out and pulls the sheet to the side so we can see her face. I see.
What's her name?
He turns away and closes the door.
With me on the outside?
Yeah. There's a moment's pause, and then the door opens again. Hold out your left wrist.
Okay. He like tries to shift her weight to hold out his wrist.
He places a bracer on your arm, and you feel it click shut. Tell me again what happened. And you see the bracer glow as you begin to answer, and you feel compelled to tell the truth, which is, already what you were doing, but you can tell that there's this this magical push to be perhaps more forthcoming than you would normally.
I was walking outside the inn. I saw her in an alley talking to herself. It was clear she was waiting for someone. She obviously hadn't slept in several days. I offered to watch over her while she did. She said something would come for her in her sleep, and it did. I didn't see what it was. I couldn't stop it. I tried.
The glow in the bracer subsides. He places a hand on on the bracer, whispers a few words, and you see this silver string draw out of a pouch on his hip, and it loops itself through sort of a pinhole in the bracer, and it clicks. He takes it off of your arm. Thank you for bringing her to us. He puts the bracer back in one of his pouches. I'll take her from here.
What was her name?
Does that matter?
To me,
What do
it
you need
does.
to know?
I just want to know. I was with her when she died. Don't I deserve to know?
Her name was Carla.
I'm sorry I couldn't save her.
It's to be expected. He holds out his arms to take her from you.
He hands her over, and as he is, do you know the thing that came for her?
I'm afraid I can't discuss Bonds Magi matters.
I've heard of it before.
Have you? From whom?
An old friend.
You see his eyes narrow. Who was this old friend?
Doesn't really matter.
Does to me.
Her name was Rydia.
I see. Do you know where she is now?
Dead.
Sorry for your loss.
I'm sorry
Wait
for
here a
yours.
moment. He turns and the door closes again. After a couple tense moments, Lake sort of like screeches quietly at you, like, come on, what's going on? What are we doing here? The door opens again, and he hands you a pouch. The Bonds Magi thank you for your assistance.
This is unnecessary.
The Bonds Magi are not in the habit of owing favors. Take
Fine.
it. If you hear anything about something like this again, see anything, come to me, I'll speak with you. If I am not here, ask for Sylvester Cormeth. I'll vouch for you.
Thank you. I will. And he goes.
All right. The pouch contains 2,000 coin.
Get fucked.
That is probably the largest
Substantial?
amount of yeah. That is so much money.
I had 21 before. So
It's in coinage sizes that you've never seen before.
I'm keeping this secret.
Yeah.
This is out. Also, I just know that we're going to meet eventually.
Vori's gonna want to buy something, and then
These troublemakers.
All right. So I think we can fast forward to the next morning.
Mm-hmm.
Vori
Did Arrow
and
come back at a decent time?
I think so. Arrow, you found Vori and Farron asleep at the bar. Did you just leave them there? Did you, like, to their own devices to rest, or?
No, he would have woken them up.
Okay, so we'll say you get in at about like 5 a.m., a little bit before sunup. So you can shake them awake.
Up, you two. Up.
What? What?
Oh. Hello.
Oh, good. You're not dead.
Neither of you are drunk now. You are perhaps hungover. But
Yeah.
Get upstairs.
Yep. Well, that's
Oh, right.
how we
Yes.
more comfortable.
Into bed. Go. Up, up, up.
Yes, mother. Get up and go upstairs.
He's behind them both, just like pushing them up the stairs. It's not a good look to be at the bar when whoever gets here in the morning.
Nope.
yeah.
We definitely got an entire bottle for free.
Yeah. Yeah. That's fine.
All good.
As you head to your rooms, you can faintly hear, "Hello, hello. Can you hear me? Is anyone Arrow? Sorry. These insolence shall not go." Drift off peacefully to sleep. You wake in the morning. Strangely softly, as the sound of seabirds comes in through the window, and the faint murmurations of the crowd abustle outside, and I say strangely because it's just another mid-afternoon that you've woken up to. The sun is shining. Everything's just normal. What do you do?
When Farron wakes up, just the sound of seabirds for a second, they think that they're home. But then they feel Gregor's like elbow.
Yeah.
And then
Home sweet home.
Yeah.
they're like, right. Kind of rolls over and be like, Gregor.
Gregor, you feel great. You had a super restful night of sleep.
Yeah.
Gregor, are you awake yet? Because
What's up? What's up?
yep. I think that I may want to sleep more, but also it is mid-afternoon. And maybe we shouldn't sleep more.
Wait. No. I know you should sleep more. I have something I need to do. I'll be back. It's stupid. And like Gregor does that's as much of like an explanation as he gives as he gets his like armor on like in a hurry and like grabs his shield.
Your hammer is in the closet.
Thank you. I'll be back.
Don't do anything dumb.
Probably. No promises, and it just like doesn't give any chance for a response, and goes to the closet.
Gregor, there you are. We must speak about the insolence of your minions.
Gregor
must
is going to
decide upon
reach
a
out and grab
punishment.
the hammer as if he's like strangling the hammer and like holds it up against the wall.
Yes, I feel your rage and your power. This is good.
Listen. You had your time, all right? You know, fiend of the wastes or whatever you were before. That's over now. This is my time now. I'm the boss. I'm in charge. We do things my way.
Yes, yes. Assert your leadership. Soon you will understand how to add some gravity to those words. I shall teach you. But first, have you eaten?
No,
You
I
cannot murder anyone on an empty stomach. We must go.
That's actually a really good. Okay.
Actual solid advice.
Self-care tips.
Breakfast.
Kind of like
Skullbreaker.
slides the hammer. It's like, all right, downstairs.
BuzzFeed would like to welcome their newest presenter, Skullbreaker.
10 things to do before you go and murder someone.
Yes.
Gregor goes upstairs. Tall glass of water, something quick tea.
All right. In a hurry, are we?
Yes.
Very well. You'll get like a scone and some water.
Fantastic. Just all right, Skullbreaker.
Raw meat would be better. It gets you set for the day, gets your energy going. But I understand you are in a hurry. Who are we killing?
Just you wait, Skullbreaker. Just you wait. And Gregor's gonna kind of look up and like, they're probably fine. Gregor's gonna head out the door, and it'll take a little while, but Gregor's heading back to where they fought the Harpies.
Oh shit. Okay. All right. We'll come back to that. As we see Gregor like resolutely striding out the city gates, to the east toward the White Cliffs. Arrow and Vori, you wake up as well in your room to this lazy afternoon. I forget which day it is. I think it was the beginning of the week. But yeah.
By waking up, you mean opening our eyes. Because Vori's probably not getting out of bed yet.
Yeah.
I'd like to think that Arrow has even been up for maybe like half an hour or so.
Vori's basically just kind of laying there like,
Yeah, Vori, you return to consciousness in a cold sweat.
You all right?
should I lie or...
That's Tyrody. That's right.
No point in lying.
I'm awake. I think that's better.
We slept for a while.
Yes, unfortunately. I don't think I want to do that very much anymore.
You said that last time.
Not even being dead drunk seems to help. And he just kind of sits up but doesn't bother to actually get out of bed. I think I'm going a little crazy.
Why is that?
I don't know. You said the things that woman told you. It's the same. And that thing talked to me. It's...
I mentioned it to them last night. I didn't name you, so don't worry. But they said they'd be willing to talk to me about it.
That's... No. Not going to the Bonds Magi for something like this. No.
You saw what happened to her.
I did. She was a Bonds Magi. They didn't help her, obviously.
But they know something about it.
They're probably the goddamn cause.
What do you know about it? Anything? Do you even know what started it?
No.
Wouldn't it be nice to know?
What makes you think they'd have the answer about that part?
I don't know, but anything they could tell us would be better than nothing.
I can't get anywhere near a Bonds Magi or one of their towers. Not if I want to keep walking free. And I do.
It was good that you and Farron stayed back. I had this
Yes.
bracer that made me tell the truth.
That doesn't surprise me at all. I just... No, I'll figure something out. I'll have to deal with it one way or another.
I don't want to see you dead.
That's nice to hear, but... Well, I still have a few things I need to do first anyway. At the very least, I'd like to try and get them done. Anyway, he springs up out of bed, goes to the basin of water and just kind of dips a finger in and bubbles a little bit from heat, and then he splashes some on his face. Right. Well then. New day. Might as well see what sort of disaster awaits us now.
We need to turn in the harpy heads.
Oh, right. Ugh.
We should get
Might
the
as
other
well.
two.
Good plan. That will immediately get derailed because
Doubt that.
You guys can do whatever you want.
So you're gonna, or the two of you gonna go grab Farron?
yeah.
Who had the harpy heads? Question mark, exclamation
I
point.
think you did.
Okay. I probably just left them somewhere outside.
I'm assuming they're in a bag of some kind.
Probably.
God,
Yeah.
I hope so.
You.
Yeah.
Knock, 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 Farron.
There's a hot second. And then you hear like footstep. And Fran is a little more hot mess today. But, you know,
Still hot.
Still hot.
Good morning, afternoon, whatever.
I'm pretty sure it's afternoon. Anyways. Afternoon to both of you as well.
Did Gregor already go downstairs?
Gregor said something about he needed to deal with something. And let's see. Go out. Would try not to do anything stupid. And then be back.
All right.
Usually that means he has an idea in his head and he's not willing to wait for me to actually fully wake up before he goes and does it. So he...
In other words, it's probably something stupid.
I wouldn't put it past him, no.
Excellent.
Come on, when has he ever done anything dumb?
Never.
Did he take the shouty hammer?
Well, we can walk right by the linen closet to be able to find out.
I'm
We'll step
assuming
out
so.
to the hallway and look. Yes. Close it. Come back in.
I hope that whatever he's doing, he's going to go get rid of the shouty hammer.
You know, trading a talking hammer to a blacksmith or an art collector might not be an entirely bad idea. Could be very lucrative. Or a circus. Yes, probably a circus would make the most money off of such a stupid thing. He
I
seemed
don't know
very
about
He's not
attached
here
to
to
you.
defend himself. Ouch. Poor Skullbreaker.
Shade.
Sure.
Shade.
Sure. I don't know about the two of you, but I need something to eat.
That sounds like a brilliant idea.
I could eat.
Well, it is already mid-afternoon already.
Yeah.
Missed breakfast, apparently.
We're
Well, that's
gonna
fine.
get food.
Okay.
I'm gonna go take these harpy heads.
So
Turn them in.
you go downstairs and get food. Feeling a little better, are we?
Yes. I apologize for our snippiness. It was a long day. Rough. But we are grateful for your hospitality as always.
Of course.
This is not an apologetic face.
Yeah, he doesn't think it is. He gestures at your loot. Are you to be competing today?
Hmm. Competing.
Competing.
Oh, I thought you knew. He gestures to the news bulletin. The Duke is holding a competition for a performer to perform for his daughter's birthday.
A performer.
Indeed, I saw your instrument and I assumed. My apologies.
Oh,
Seems
no,
right up
no,
your alley.
You definitely assumed correctly. I would have thought I would have heard about something like this, but clearly I've been out of the loop.
I just press this show to players button so it'll pop up for you. The Lady Gretchen Octerberg's 22nd birthday approaches, and Duke Octerberg has decided to hold a contest of wit and rhyme to find the greatest entertainer in Two Rivers. The contest is open to all who are interested and will be overseen by the Ducal Chamberlain starting on Tyrity the 6th of Beshesti, that is today. The contest shall continue until a poet, jester, or balladeer is chosen on Ludi the 8th of Beshesti, that is in 2 days.
Well,
Fair.
it seems right up your alley, Farron.
Well, I would say so, yes. Although, and kind of looks at the big harpy head.
We should go turn that in first.
I hate when you have a gig, but you have to turn in your bag of Harpy heads first.
Yeah.
Those errands
What an
you gotta run right
inconvenience.
before, you know.
God damn it.
You don't want to take that in, you know.
Behold, my lady, Harpy heads!
You can juggle them.
Oh, God.
Yeah.
They're
Are
so
you
flat, you could probably do
entertaining?
some origami.
Oh God.
All right.
Extra.
So
Well,
eat really
let's-
quickly and then go turn these in.
Let's fulfill our duties first. And perhaps that'll give us enough time for Gregory to show up again. Gregory is what they call him when they're not
When they're
happy
mad.
with.
That's the okay. So Gregor's
It's a mom
default.
name.
Upset as Gregory, drunk as Greg. We haven't established it's canon. All
Excellent.
right. And I think at that we actually do cut to Gregor as you're heading toward the gate out of the city. Skullbreaker breaks the silence, not your skull.
That's nice.
So, where are we going? Where does our conquest take us?
Oh, you're gonna love this. We're going right back where we were.
Are we? I see. Not enough taste of blood for you. Well, I'm sure. And at that point, you bump into woman, like shoulder checking each other, and she steps back.
Ooh, sorry, miss.
And for a moment, you catch her eye, and you feel a calm wash over you, and there's something like you're thrown off by this, so you're like short-term memory sort of short circuits, and you
Okay.
don't quite make a solid observation. But there's something almost otherworldly about her. She just apologizes quickly and turns, pulling her hood back up and walking along.
Did she look like a human woman?
Close
What I
enough,
could tell, I guess.
probably.
Okay. Huh.
Are you listening to me?
Yeah, sure.
So, how many? Are we going to kill all of them today, or are we working in increments?
Gregor's gonna like kind of glance back towards the woman, not really sure why he's caught up on her as he is.
Oh, I see. Shall
But,
she be
like-
first?
No. Let's leave the city. Okay. And he's gonna shake it off and
Very
start
well.
heading
Well,
out.
I've noticed that while you're wielding me, you carry the weight too high up. And he starts like critiquing your technique.
Rick, really? That's gonna be the whole trip. Is just, huh? Yeah.
Mhm, yeah.
Oh,
Great.
mm.
Oh,
Yeah.
Sure.
He's trying not to engage, but to try and keep him as whatever as possible.
All right. So the three of you can drop off the harpy heads. Fine. It is a non-issue. You go to a guard station. You hand in the feathered heads of the harpies. Sort of hard to recognize as they are, and you still retrieve your coins. That's 400 coin because there were 4 harpies.
Yeah.
So we each take 100.
Yep.
Mm,
We'll save 100 for Gregory,
yeah.
who's in a lot of trouble and might
Gregory?
not get the money if they don't come
Yeah.
back.
we might save 100. Otherwise, we'll just divvy it up 3 ways.
Yeah.
Gregor is grounded. Oh,
Jeez, guys, I
Lynn.
had something to do.
Oh, listen, they got smashed in the bottom of our bag. We're very sorry.
Oh,
It
ugh. Yuck.
was a rough
Dirty.
trip. They dropped a couple times while we were on the road, you know.
Got ran over by a cart.
Yeah,
Yep.
y'all failed that assignment in high school or late grade school where you had to like drop the egg and
Uh-huh.
keep it from breaking, didn't you?
Boy was like, don't care. Just threw an egg off the roof. No protective gear.
Yeah, just like what to the teacher?
Oh.
Teacher's like, never.
Are we
mind."
still sick, by the way? I
No,
assume
no. You can clear your statuses. Your statuses are you're
Yay.
good. You're good. You have all recovered from yesterday's activities. Is your plan to head to the ducal palace from the guardhouse, or?
Sure.
Farron would like to do that, but they're not going to drag along these two if they don't want to come.
I really want to go talk to the Archbishop, but I also kind of want to see Farron perform in this contest.
Oh God, the Archbishop. Yeah.
Yeah. Remember him?
That's
Yeah.
that's a person Vori doesn't want to see.
Are they in town yet?
Who?
The Archbishop.
Kavanaugh?
Mm-hmm. It says
There's-
it's coming
well,
to
there's-
town soon.
Oh,
That's a
In
different
the
guy.
rumors.
Yeah,
Oh.
that was
There's-
back in Sanctuary.
Oh, was it?
Yeah.
Oh.
There's a bishop in this town.
Is that
Yeah.
in your?
I want to talk to the
Vori
one.
doesn't wanna see.
Mm-mm.
Yeah.
There's so many handouts.
I'm sorry. Yeah,
No,
I'll
it's okay,
remove
I love
the.
it.
I'll
These darn
remove the
sandbox
verb about-
games.
It's it's a lot to manage.
I know we talked about it, but I don't remember what we said about it.
about talking to the Archbishop.
Didn't me and Vori have a conversation about?
You did,
Oh,
because you wanted
Kavanaugh?
to talk to him because he was the
Yeah.
like person directly
I
superior.
wanted to tell
Rydia.
him about Rydia. Yeah.
Yeah.
I still want to do that.
Okay.
That's the
So-
regular bishop, not the archbishop.
Right.
Oh,
Right.
is
Right.
it's just Bishop Kavanaugh?
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
Percy concurs.
I feel like I did write that down. It's just Bishop.
Yeah.
Wait,
Um,
why did I write down Bishop Billy and Bishop Willie?
It's because it's William.
Yes,
William
we're
Kavanaugh.
saying
He was.
I
he
wrote
was-
Billy and
He
Willie.
was Billy the
Billiam.
Bish.
Billiam.
Billy the Bish. That's
Yeah.
right.
Yeah.
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 I
Okay.
Yep.
I'm into
Vaporwitch
it.
Farm members.
Billy, I want to go see Bill.
No.
All right. So, Era would like to go to the cathedral. Farron would like to go to the contest. Gregor would
Yeah.
like to go to certain death. And where is Vori going?
Yes.
Not the bishop. So
You're going to the competition?
So you're gonna head to the palace.
Vori is extremely torn.
Why don't you go on a solo journey to go see the house you grew up in?
We can just split the entire party
Oh
everywhere.
my god. Oh my god. Y'all
A
are
scenic
killing
tour
me.
of childhood memories.
This
That's
ain't
the
my
last-
first rodeo, kids.
That is the last thing he gives a shit about doing. Well, as these two are these two basically like, well, I want to go that way, I want to go that way.
Mhm.
Is that what's happening right now?
I think Arrow would say, you know what, I can't make you go with me, but I think you should. She was your sister.
I would like to have some words with him, that's true. But I think we're trying to avoid prison, yes?
You think he'd send you to jail?
No, I think I'd do something that would result.
Uh-oh.
Rip Jess.
Oh no!
Oh no.
No,
Yes.
not now.
I'm just gonna type in Discord chat blue screen.
That screen.
We back?
Are you back?
I could hear you guys the whole time.
Really?
Oh, you
wow.
I don't know what
froze.
the fuck was
Yeah.
happening.
Okay. You're
Okay.
good.
You might do something that what?
Say it
Okay,
again.
Twitch is back too. Sorry.
Whew.
That was really weird.
Wild.
I might do something that would result in my arrest.
I won't be there. And you'll be all right. You should come.
Fine. Suppose it's best to put it to bed anyway.
Farron, we'll meet up with you after. See how far you made it.
Well, yes, we'll have to make a stop to get some. And kind of like brushes their very not as nice as they used to be clothes.
Something prettier?
Not
You should
better
go
first
to-
impression.
That place that we went. We
That
said
was
we
in
would
the-
send people over to her.
That was in the other
Sanctuary.
town.
I don't know where we are ever. Wait, was that Sanctuary?
Yeah,
It was in
was.
Sanctuary,
Oh.
yeah.
Just kidding.
Yeah,
I'll
you
be
should
able
Cities
to
look the
take,
same to me.
take a
to
month-long
Arrow.
travel back to Sanctuary.
You go
This
back
is-
alone. Go get some new clothes.
This is how good
Okay.
Arrow is at cities. They literally all look the same, so he doesn't know which city he's
But
in.
literally, I mean, seriously though. But
Like,
also,
there's a
any
river
tree,
in
he can tell you the exact difference between any tree. But like buildings, lol, they all look exactly the same. If the ocean wasn't here, he wouldn't know they were in a different place.
Oh god.
Yeah, there's
Sweet
one river
forest
in
boy.
Sanctuary which is exactly the same as the like 50 canals in Two Rivers.
Oh my
It's just
god.
like I could have sworn I already crossed the river.
Oh gosh. This sweet boy.
Doesn't
Yeah.
know the way. Give him
All
a
right.
break.
I'll be able to find something new and more fitting with the fashion of this place.
All right. So we're gonna. God, I'm trying to figure out which of these many threads I want to end us on tonight. So we're gonna hop over to
We
We're
really
gonna
gotta
hop
stop
over to-
splitting the party.
Gregor. No, I love it. I love it. So much drama. I'm pretty sure fine clothes are in the equipment list somewhere. If you want to look those up for Farron, Kiana. Oh yeah, gifts and finery. Finery is 105 coins. Woo. So yeah, we're gonna hop over to Gregor. As you arrive sometime late afternoon at the White Cliffs, walking down sort of the pebble path to the beach. The beach is clean. The ocean having washed away any evidence of what transpired the day before. What do you do?
I guess I will keep an ear out here, see if I hear any harpies, anything. Or
Okay.
just see some indication of where I could head west.
Yeah. I think after not too long, Skullbreaker says, "There, up on the cliffs." And looking up, you can see a harpy with rich emerald feathers looking down at you.
Wow. Thanks, Skullbreaker.
Yes. Prepare yourself. Remember what
How,
I taught you. Set your feet wide.
I know how to fight Skullbreaker. Jeez. Okay. How high above me is she?
Up the top of the cliff, so some like 80 feet.
All right. Gonna kind of get her moment. Take a deep breath. Be like, I'm going to die. And Rager is gonna put the hammer down and put his
Rager?
shield down.
What are you doing?
And just kind of put
Yes.
his hands up and look at her.
Lure them into a false sense of security. Brilliant. I remember this time. And he goes on some long tirade about a siege that he broke by lulling them into thinking he'd gone. The harpy cocks her head. You hear her call out off. She like looks off to the side and calls in a bird-like tone. You see several other harpies come up to the edge of the cliff, and she swoops down. What do you do?
As she's coming down, I'm just gonna call out, "Do you understand me?"
She stops short. The wind from her massive wings buffeting you and forcing you to take a half step back as she hovers in the air some 10 feet away from you. I do, human.
I see.
This is no place for you. Why have you come?
Have you bothered Two Rivers, the town near here?
We have bothered no people. Only those that would push us from our homes.
I see. Well,
Have you come here to claim this land as well?
no. Two Rivers has claimed you as a threat. They felt much the same. And I guess without fully understanding the situation, I came here believing that I was taking care of.
It was you.
Yes. And I know it's too late now, but I'm sorry. I am someone who is really good at doing bad things to people. And I don't want to.
You have come here for answers to your own guilt. You took 4 of my sisters from me yesterday. You will not have my forgiveness. My wisdom is not yours to call upon when you understand the weight of your action.
That's fair.
Can you roll parlay for me?
Sure.
You may go from this place. I will not. I will not make my sorrow someone else's. But if you return, we will feast upon your entrails. She flaps and pushes backward and flies back up. You're letting her get away?
Yeah. Sometimes that's just what you gotta do, Skull.
I don't understand. Is this an attempt at an alliance? Perhaps, yes. I can see how the Harpies could be useful in a prolonged siege. Flying over the walls, plucking soldiers from them and dropping them to their grisly deaths. There is wisdom in this.
See, Skullbreaker, you just might learn something if you hang with.
But do not surprise me with these things. I can only help you if I know what you're doing.
Well, that's good, because the gang's gonna probably be pissed when I get back, so.
Speaking of which, I think we can cut then to Arrow and Vori outside the cathedral. Do the two of you just walk on in all nonchalant, or like Vori, do you hesitate? What does it look like entering the cathedral?
He probably looks about like he's gonna need to be dragged in there for a good minute or two.
So we
Yeah,
see
like,
him standing
he's-
like at the base of the steps.
And is just kind of like, he sort of falls back on his back foot a bit and kind of starts to turn like, nope, no, on second thought.
Come on.
I ran away from this place. We ran away from this place. She returned so that they could find her and wouldn't find me. This is a bad idea. I don't think.
I can't make you. And you can wait down here if you want. But I think you'll always wonder what if you don't come.
You know, if they turn me into the Bonds Magi, well, I hope I can count on you to maybe get me out.
You're assuming I let them take you in the first place.
He takes his scarf and wraps it around to cover his hair and just sort of fashion it into a hood. Let's get this over with.
Yeah, he turns and goes up the stairs.
Enter the cathedral. Your the sound of your footsteps on the polished floor echoing off of the bare stone walls. You're left alone in here because it's a city church, and so a lot of people will like come in to pray privately. But you can find a member of the clergy if you want to speak with someone specifically. Like, hey.
Hello. We're looking for someone.
And who would that be?
Bishop Kavanaugh.
I see. Just a moment. I believe he is finishing his midday's prayers, so let me look in on him.
Thank you.
What is your name?
Arrow.
Very well. He steps off for a moment. Vori, this is probably the first time you've been in a church.
In a bit over a decade.
Yeah. How is that?
Awful.
Okay. So
He
you're
does
just like
not look comfortable
anxious
at all,
wreck?
and yeah, and he is firmly not raising his face enough to make eye contact or even let anybody see his face.
Right.
You all right?
No, not in the least. Have you? You don't ever seem very comfortable in cities.
I don't like them very much.
Take that feeling and multiply it for a while. You have some vague idea of how I feel right now.
You can always leave.
Not until I see him.
Don't do anything stupid.
You're asking a lot of me.
I know.
It hasn't changed at all. Of course it hasn't. How long can it possibly take someone to pray for?
I think around that point, and you notice like everything is exactly the same. Like you recognize this scuff mark on the arm of the pew that you're standing next to. It's all exactly as you remember it, as if it were burned into your memory. You hear a voice. I'm sorry for keeping you waiting. Arrow, is it? And the voice trails off. Boreal.
Hello.
It's good to see you, my child.
At least it is for one of us.
And I think that is a good place for us to end our episode. So, we will be back in 2 weeks. If this is your first time watching the show, hello, this is From Dust. This is our Dungeon World game. We play it bi-weekly on Saturdays at 5 p.m. Pacific, assuming my computer actually works at 5 p.m. Pacific. We started a bit late tonight because of technical difficulties, but oh well.
Yeah.
We will be back in 2 weeks at the same time. During the same time slot, we also have another show, but we'll get to that later. Before we do that, let us do some shout-outs as, like, I guess 50 billion fireworks go off outside my house for some reason. So, distract us from that problem, Summer, by telling us about yourself.
Yeah, this was awesome. I'm so happy that we were finally back. Tonight was really, really good. You were all wonderful. I'm Summer. You can find me various places on the internet, primarily Twitter at Just a Summer Job. That's where I post about everything that I do. But what I mainly do is run a channel on Twitch called Off the Table. That's off_the_table. We stream pretty much every day of the week. Just have a bunch of different shows, a bunch of different systems going right now. We have a Twitter off_the_table. So check that out if you're interested in what we're doing. But we'll be back Monday night with some D&D. So come check us out.
Woohoo!
Woohoo!
Yeah, they're great. Jess,
Right.
you've got a lot of stuff that you're up to these days.
Oh my god. Yeah. This was fun. Oh look, drama and a cliffhanger, and I'm going to have to spend 2 weeks thinking about all the violence Fori wants to commit.
Yay!
Yay, my favorite. Honestly though. Yeah, I'm on a lot of things this season. I finally am doing a thing with Off the Table on Mondays, and I'm doing some encounter roleplay on Tuesdays, and I'm running a game on Scraticus's channel on Thursdays. And then I'm here every Saturday, literally every Saturday. Dylan can't get rid of me, even if he wanted to.
But I don't.
Okay, good. Follow me on Twitter at Little Cup of Joe, and follow me on Twitch if you like otome games and romancing samurai husbands and crying a lot about them.
Yeah, if you want like 3 times the shipping as this, go watch those Hakuoki streams. Actually, I'm gonna be look. I don't want to falsely advertise. There isn't a whole lot of shipping. There's a lot of history and a lot of drama and a lot of pining. Very little like actual romance in those games.
True.
But it has been a useful educational tool as I try to increase the level of shipping in this show. So I gotta say,
I know you're taking notes.
absolutely 100%.
I can't wait
for
the
both
ships
this
in the
show and our other Saturday show.
Oh dear.
So many notes.
Wait until I get to the next otome game.
Oh boy. And
Yep.
the smiling GM, Kiana, tell us about yourself.
Oh, this was super fun. I am glad to be back in the dust with. Got to see a bit more Farron. Farron drunk, Farron hungover, Farron a little pissed off at their friends.
Farron covering up a crime. Maybe
As
As
sort
one
of.
does.
Ghost crime.
Normal things to do.
Just another Saturday night.
just another Saturday night. But yes, I am Kiana. I am found on Twitter at KianaS. Best way to figure out what I'm doing, because I am all over the internet playing role-playing games literally almost every day of the week. Sundays are the only days I don't have games now, and and I actually have an offline game, so I
Jesus.
play a lot.
Kiana!
I don't think I can list everything in a timely manner or without forgetting something. So Twitter, I have a schedule in my header. That is the best way to figure it out.
Perfect. That's a good way to handle that.
Do we need to stage an intervention?
Yeah, except that we just end up
I-
running another game during the intervention.
This is true.
I'm not.
We're all here,
I'm
so
totally not doing my thesis while also doing 7 games.
Look, not
Psycho.
gonna lie, I was talking to my mom recently about people in the RPG streaming community doing a billion things, and we were like discussing the logistics of like how people make that work, and we got to you, Kiana, and I was like, I don't know. It's a mystery.
Oh Jesus.
Jesus.
Oh my goodness.
Wowee.
An Excel spreadsheet of everything that I have.
Nice.
You know, you say what you will about all of us streamers who have way too many things going on, but we are highly organized people.
Gotta be.
Sure. Yeah. Y'all
Yeah.
are.
Well.
Yep. My form of organization is making sure all of my shows are at the same time, so I just like I don't have to remember what's happening. I just need to show up at the right time.
Look, Google Calendar and me
Mhm.
are like
Yeah.
this.
Adam, how about you? Where can people find you and your
Hey.
awesome voice and self?
I am Adam, and you could find me and my awesome voice and self on Twitter at AdamRoVO. generally share most of my projects and stuff like that. And I got a whole list of stuff I've been in that I've shared, so you can find that one way or another. I'm also on YouTube. I talk about tabletop games, stuff like that. And I probably have the easiest schedule out of everyone here because I only play this game in my home game. My schedule just does not permit for any more right now.
Oh,
As much as I would love to.
You also paint minis.
I also paint minis, that's true. Not on
Yeah.
a professional level, very hobbyist.
we
They
need
still
to
look great.
Thank
shoehorn you into some other games.
Oh, shucks.
Just be like,
I'm gonna work on that.
Here.
Don't worry.
Yeah, there's already
Good.
plans in motion.
Good. Yes. He shall conquer all of the games.
Fucking Skullbreaker is our mascot. Jesus.
What a guy. I love that character. Thank you so much for that gift, Adam.
You're so welcome.
Oh,
I want my
okay.
weapon to talk.
Skullbreaker, a
Yeah.
treasure.
I'm pretty sure. I think I pulled the audio clip from our break, that episode where Adam was like, "Hey Dylan, I picked up this because I want you to have to roleplay my weapon," and no
Smash cut
regrets.
to every scene with Skullbreaker.
Good times. But yeah, so we will be back in 2 weeks. In 1 week from today, at the same time, we will be having Travel, which is our Ryutama game, on Tuesday. Hopefully, we've been having some issues with scheduling, so we'll see. Follow me on Twitter for the most up-to-date info on whether or not we're having the league on Tuesday. I'm hoping to, but it's been difficult getting all of our schedules to line up, and because it's Adventurers League, there's a party minimum. So, alas. On Wednesday, I will be back with more of the Banner Saga, but before all of that, on Monday at 9 p.m. Pacific, for my birthday, I will be having an extra special stream. I will be playing a GM-less Game of Disaster with Summer and Jess. We are playing a game called Yes But, which is just so stupid. it's a ridiculous game, and I know that it's gonna go. It's meant to go off the rails. So if you like some ridiculousness, you should absolutely tune in for that. And when we decide we're done with that, because the end point for Yes But is when the players decide they're done.
That seems dangerous.
3 a.m. Here we are.
Assuming it's
Dying.
not 3 a.m. I will be
Listen.
afterwards. I will be doing viewer games of Golf with Your Friends, Overwatch, other multiplayer games as I feel so moved. So if you want to join in and play some games with me on my birthday, that would be fantastic.
Highly recommend playing golf with Dylan.
Golf
It is a
with
treasure.
Friends is so good.
I get so salty in that game. It's good times. So yeah, thank you all so much for watching. Oh, and a quick reminder: there's a link in the Twitch chat right now to our Discord server. If you're not already on that, you should hop in. Discuss your theories about what's going on with all the like 30 mysteries in this show with the cast there. Or we also have a anime movie night / TV show night every weekend. So if you need more weeby nerdy goodness in your life, it's a good place to hang out. But I think that's enough. That's enough for me. Thank you all so much for watching, but most importantly, have a wonderful rest of your evening. Good night.